Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to It All Goes Back to Sonic. My name is MegaFire, and today I am joined, surprise, surprise, by Harvek, Dorko for You, and Bob Hood. And today we are covering Sonic the Hedgehog issues 120 to 125. I think this is a pretty good one. I'm very excited to talk about this with the boys. So yeah. What's up, guys? What did you think? What's your initial impressions here?
Well, for once, I didn't do this whole thing last minute, so memory's a little spotty.
Pretty good.
I'll figure it out as it goes along.
It's a good batch to not do on the last all at once or in the last minute, actually, because I feel like there's a lot of nice treats in there.
Made me write a lot of shit at the end.
Boy, I wish I thought to do that.
I know my experience was I was gonna slowly read them over the course of a couple days, but I actually got so interested in the later half, I just kept reading until I was caught up.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it. Okay, well, I guess let's just hit the ground running. Let's just start with 120. Bob, go off.
Mina tries to win over Sonic by getting his attention. Putting on a fancy dress doesn't work, so instead she starts training for the Freedom Fighters to stay closer to Sonic. One day, a large robot attacks, and Mina finds herself unable to deal with it. Seeing some kids get lost, she seems unable to get them to safety before the mech's foot comes crashing down, but Rotor's hacking saves their lives. So Mina learns her lesson that she can't join the Freedom Fighters only to get Sonic, and as the issue ends, she starts singing, which does end up drawing his attention, and we'll see where that goes later. Our next story, Mighty tells Julie Sue about a story when he got saved from a prison by Sonic and met Knuckles. Mighty tells Knuckles that his friends and family are gone. Knuckles responds with Cowabunga. The two get into a plane with Vector, and he crashes it, almost killing everybody. And that's apparently all she wrote for that flashback. And then Sally spends quality time with the Queen and gives her her blue. Sally gives the Queen her blue jacket to help keep her warm. Inside the jacket is the royal signet.
Yeah, signet.
Which the king, the Queen says she gave it to Julela and didn't realize Sally already obtained this ring. So this whole thing reminded Sally that today is Julela's birthday, so the two pay Rosie a visit so all three can get together and pay respects to Julia at the grave. And Sally thanks her for the ring, and because it gives her the strength to fight on. And she tells everybody about the time Julia tried to control me and stop me from seeing Sonic. The end.
I just want to start off by saying that I agree with her.
Yeah.
I'm right there. I'm right there with you, Mina.
I love Sonic the Hedgehog so much.
Yeah, me too.
I like opening this issue, and then there was Mina Mongoose in a kimono.
That's not a kimono. First off.
I'm sorry.
That's a Chinese garb. It's a key. I'm gonna say the wrong things. I'm not gonna say it at all. But I know it has. There's a term, and that's not the right one that you said. But I don't know the right one at this time. But I do know it. I'm quite familiar with it. I love those dresses.
All according to plan.
Yeah, okay. But yes, I have a fun fact about that. Actually. So just before we started the podcast, I was talking about how I was shopping for comics on eBay and stuff. And it is really funny because this issue in particular, 120, I was looking for it. And everybody who had a listing up, their example page of like how the quality was on the inside was always this first piece of art. Now you may think to yourself, well, isn't that just normal? Don't people just usually open up and be like, here's the first page? No, they don't. That's not the. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just like everybody is like, "Hey, look at this Mina. Doesn't this entice you?" So anyway, that's how I ended up buying 120. I didn't yet. It's in my cart. I have a little bit of self-control. You guys, they did not need to have Mina's dad's design go this hard, but god damn, I'm here for it.
What is he?
He's a mongoose too, I think. No, he's not.
I looked at this guy and I thought like Tails Antoine fusion or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's supposed to be
And the
among.
prince.
His eyebrows are crazy though, man. God, what I give to
My
give
man-
those. Do you have those kind of eyebrows?
My man's got the Ganondorf eyebrows.
He does. I don't know what he is actually. I never looked into it. I always assumed he was a mongoose, but I'm looking at his ears right now, and I'm like, they're a little different. But maybe that's just like a stylistic choice. Like they're kind of similar.
It's deep Sonic lore. Male mongooses have pointed ears, as opposed to females that have rounded.
That could be a possibility. Also, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I'm kind of a little bitch boy, and they drew Bunny's arms wrong in the 3rd chapter of this entry.
I think they
But
drew
then they
all
fixed.
Go ahead. Sorry.
They fixed it. They fixed it right afterwards in the next chapter.
I think they drew all of Bunny wrong. That hairstyle doesn't look right.
There's something about it that
That's
looks
one of her-
strange.
I think that's one of her alternate hairstyles. That's the one that they used in the school arc. Like she kind of gets that one on and off. It's the one where she's got like the middle part and the bangs go on either side. I don't know how best to say it except for it looks like one of Sabrina's aunts. She has that hairstyle. But yeah, like she kind of goes between the two hairstyles. I think this was Stephen Butler.
Yeah.
That did the art. Yeah, I love Stephen Butler's art. It's just memorable to me. But my God, does he draw women? Period. Damn, they don't call him Stephen Butler for nothing. What else do I have on this issue? Oh yeah, we got another Transformer. I guess it's a Decepticon. Eggman's Decepticon attacks the knothole. Is this based on any real Transformer, Harvek?
I was wondering that. I don't know. It might just be a cool robot for the sake of cool robot. Actually, when did this comic come out? Do you know?
This would be around 2002, 2001, 2003, something like that. Is these series of comics? I think 2002. Yeah, I'm fairly certain.
I guess the closest I would think is maybe Tidal Wave from the Armada show. It kind of looks like this, but I think it's just cool robot for the sake of cool robot.
Might be. It does look similar. I mean, there's a lot of orbs on him, but this guy doesn't have the orbs. But he does have those two like the triangles near his shoulder, kind of like. Maybe it was just cool, but it's definitely very Transformers. I feel like this. I mean, we're just gonna keep getting Transformers things because, we definitely know somebody working on the comic is definitely very Transformer filled.
I'm gonna feel really stupid if someone comments like, Harvek, that's obviously Omega Supreme in his one issue comic from the Marvel Comics."
Shit! Wow.
I'm like,
never.
No, there are people way deeper into Transformers than I am. I am but a young Padawan, and I know way too much already.
I don't know anything about Transformer.
I envy you, Bob.
I didn't know that was good.
You didn't have to experience John Turturro get peed on by Bumblebee.
I'm just gonna say.
I didn't have to know that happened up until this point.
Thanks. Yeah, I forgot that happened. I remember, and actually, the only reason I knew that it happened is because of you in the first place, and then I forgot about it. Now I remember it again.
I'm sorry, it's traumatizing.
Yeah, thanks for spreading the trauma.
This is where I watched my parents die, Knuckles.
Dude, all I could think of when I saw this scene between Knuckles and Mighty is the thing in Avatar, like that's rough, buddy. Also, Launchpad McCrock. I don't know why they did this. I don't know if there's like a deeper lore behind Vector being a gyrocopter pilot for Knuckles for one panel, but I'm here for it, and I love the vibes that he's giving off. Honestly, we need Vector to have this gyrocopter in the next Sonic Racing game.
Just give us more Vector in general.
That's also true.
That's one of the highlights of all the issues we've read. I've seen more Vector in these few than the past couple months.
Yeah, we get a lot of Vector in these. We get a lot of Chaotix. I think there's a bigger thing to that, and I'll mention that later on. But one more screenshot that I did because I have. I always make this joke whenever somebody's in the fucking sky like this. You're gonna carry that weight is gonna be like. I feel like somebody's gonna have to put that on my tombstone.
You're gonna carry that ring.
You could carry that.
Yeah, that visual of dead person face in the sky, I just can't. I can never take it seriously. It cracks me up every time I see it. There's just something about it to me that's so inherently funny.
I just thought this was funny because she's looking down like this while Santa's like gossiping about the time she wouldn't let her see Sonic.
Who wrote those stories of the Chaotix, Julie, Sue, and Mighty? Was that wasn't Penders, right?
What do you mean?
Was it Penders who wrote that one?
Like the one in this issue, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Penders.
I don't remember. It was Penders.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to say, the funny thing to me about the little vector copter is like it. I like how like it's just briefly there, and as soon as I'm thinking like, well, wait, we never saw this, and then it very quickly we learn like, oh, he just immediately crashes it.
Yeah. They're like, hey, Dorko, for you in particular, shut the fuck up, and then they blow it up. Like, we know what you're asking, fans. Well, this is why you don't get to have this.
Let's be honest here. As much as I like seeing Vector, this could have been anybody.
No, but it had to be Vector because he's his best friend, and this is one of the early memories. So Vector was one of Knuckles' only and earliest friends. We know that because of previous lore. It was Catweasel and Vector and Mighty. Those are the 3 first friends I think he mentioned that he had.
It's been too long that I can't remember at this point for sure, but
yeah,
I think it's been a bit retconned here and there of when exactly Knuckles actually met these guys, but whatever. Now the comic is saying this is how it happened, so okay.
Yeah. So I was going to mention this later, but I guess I could mention this now. Like, going forward, most of these issues, they're cleaning house. There's a lot of cleaning house going on. There's a lot of things that are like, okay, this is it. This is how it happened. This is what happened before, and this is how it is going to be interpreted going forward. Which is really good, because this is the 2000s now. We've got a lot of new kids coming into the comic. They're trying to just set things down a straight path, because they just want... I know, like, in the background, there was a big push to get, like, things consolidated. So, you can see that happening here.
Yeah.
I don't know, I thought it was a solid issue. It was fun. I think the Mina plotline was fine. It could have been way worse, but I like the idea of her trying to be a freedom fighter and not worry. I mean, obviously it's silly because it's she's doing it for her crush, but I think everything that happens in the in between is fun. Like her training with all the different like the whole squad in different ways to be a well-rounded freedom fighter. I think that was a fun little bit. Falling asleep doing Rotor's computer science was nice. Her mom having like a really prominent role and trying to kind of teach her like, hey, this may not be a great idea, was nice. I think it could have been, they could have went away in a direction that wouldn't have had that, and it would have been way worse. But I liked that because it's like, she's not just letting Mina be... I don't even know how to explain this. She's just being a mom, and it's nice to have that instead of just, yeah, go ahead, try it out, fuck around and find out. And I mean, she even tries to talk to Sonic about it, but then the Decepticon attacks. So,
like, well, lady, I'm out of here. Forget parenting. I gotta fight Galvatron now.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything on this one before we move on? Any other notes?
That's all for me.
All right, I guess 121 then.
Okay. I forgot that's my job for a second. King Acorn launches a mission to find his son because it's been too long. Sonic and Sally go looking on foot. Jeffrey and Hershey take a plane, but Eggman's blimps hit the plane with missiles. They take an emergency landing at a village where the former prince has made his home. To Alias... I wrote to Alias's apostrophe the Jeffrey rallies the village. What the hell was I doing? I didn't proofread this. So I took out a word clearly, and now it doesn't make sense. But I think I know what I was getting at. Alias is upset that he goes outside. He sees Jeffrey rallying people for war, and he doesn't like that. He doesn't want to fight Eggman, so he starts packing stuff so he and his wife can leave. But as he wants to get away from war, Jeffrey meets him that night, and then Jeff's running away. Alias responds by lashing out. But just then, they get got by Eggman's robots. But Sonic shows up in time to fight. Eggman is forced to leave. Sally finds out she's going to be an aunt, and everybody has dinner that night. The end. Meanwhile, Knuckles is dead. However, Green Knuckles and the rest of the Brotherhood, who have simply ascended, they can observe everything just as this. They're sitting in one of their computer rooms. And then the Chaos Force have chosen Knuckles to become one with it. Also, the Chaos Force sent like a pair of chow to just drag him, kicking and screaming. Finally, Sonic volunteers Mina to sing on stage. Everyone loves it, and Sally observes if Mina and Sonic crush Sally's hopes and dreams. She's jealous.
So glad we're back to that.
She's big jealous.
Dude, Super Agent or Secret Agent Hershey and Jeffrey, it's really doing it for me. All right. I really like this. I posted a screenshot. I'm a big fan of this design.
So why does Jeffrey get a suit? She has to wear the tight bodysuit.
She's a Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I said it before, I'll say it again. I love these covers. Especially the little bubble portraits. Really big fan. Also, I'm a big fan of these first issue, like the JXer first page I guess prints of the characters. This Elias is like, I feel like every time we've seen Elias, it's been Ron Lim. It sucks. So this is like a breath of fresh air for me. I don't want to. Oh yeah, Elias going like getting mad about everything that's happening. It's just like, I don't want to take a side. I want to be a centrist. Maybe Robotnik has a point. We got our centrist squad here. Also, there's a Jedi pig.
I guess you could call it that.
I don't know. I interpret. There's so much Force talk in this issue that I couldn't interpret it any other way. It's. Oh my God! It's not Porkus. Oh, he's unlocked the. Oh, there's another. Oh, oh boy. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Oh my goodness. Unlocked a secret link here, Dorko.
There's not many dumb Star Wars jokes I can make, so I had to take a swing.
Oh, maybe it is Porkus. That's good. I like the dialogue in this chapter for the most part, or this issue, I should say. It's fun. For the most part. I have just like a giant note here in caps that's just the fucking Force. Also, I thought it was a weird choice to get Art Mawani to do the art for the Knuckles issue, or the Knuckles story, just because I'm like, it's a weird one to have his kind of more bubbly, like, classic art style for a funeral, but for some reason it kind of worked for me too. I don't know. Maybe it was like invoking like the Sonic cartoons to me, where they did have some darker moments like this too. I do really like this. Like, Elias is brooding about Joffrey. Like, they just don't let that go. They kind of like let that simmer and really be like, oh yeah, this is the results of his actions, you know. Also, this Vector face got me.
Right, I should have posted this while I was reading.
It's kind of horrible.
But yeah, I like how people complain about Jeffrey, but also there's more than one thing to not like about Jeffrey, and and it's been brought up here. I thought that was kind of neat, actually.
Yeah. I really like this band name, the Not Whole Nuts. It's really good. It really evokes that 2000s vibe. Dorko, I think Rami Chacon is a writer. Are they new for the Mina story, or the Mina Sonic story? Is that a new writer?
We covered this last time.
Oh, we did. Shoot, dang, my bad.
Or the popular theory is that it's actually the editor.
Right. Okay, that's right. The name is so unmemorable that I forgot already. I have a pretty good. Also, when she was singing, I in my head, I was hearing it to the rhythm of the Sad AM theme. I don't know if anybody else had something like that, but I was like trying to read it in any other way, but all I could think of was like, Blue Street speeds by. Was it shine bright, something. Yeah. So it's pretty much all I've got to say about this chapter. I don't know. I had something else that I wrote down, but I was like, should I say this or not? But once again, I have something in my head that's like that sees Minecraft things in this comic where I'm like, why is Sally standing in a Minecraft castle? Something about the way that it's drawn just evokes that in my head. Nicole's lines are very good. Getting more of that new Nicole. I guess she's always been sassy. It's something I never realized reading the older comics, but it's like they've always kind of made the computer a sassy, snarky individual who is like, it's very supportive, but like always has like the last word. And that really hasn't changed much, surprisingly, in terms of the writing for Nicole up to now.
I didn't feel that way. I feel like it's been sprinkling here and there more recently. I don't know.
I feel like she was always like that. Like even in Sally's, like the older Sally comics, so I just kind of looked back. I'm like, she would still like put out like a little snarky response to Sally, like make a little quip or something about the decision being made, like it being illogical or blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, they still kind of do that. So that's the reason why I brought it up, because I actually went back. Yeah, 121. I mean,
I was wondering if anybody else was shocked when this was the whole like, Elias. He's married now with a kid. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to hear you guys talk about that, because I to me, I'm not shocked, but you know.
I've come to realize that I was under this wrong impression, because I looked at him and I thought, oh, like he's like a kid or like a teen, and then I'm like, whoa, no, he's like an adult. I didn't realize that until now that he's married with a kid.
But he's the older. He's at least a few years older, because he was like.
Yeah, this scene was how I found out he's an adult.
He's like 5 or 6 years old, I think, when they got sent away, or like three or four, and I think Sally's supposed to be like 16, so he's like at least 18, 19.
It's just hard to tell Sonic characters' ages.
Yeah. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they're all adult adjacent because of the shit that they're doing.
Yeah.
I like the E100 robots that Eggman decides to use now.
Well, look, he's had how long, and the SWAT bots have done nothing? Time to upgrade.
For real. You're right.
Yeah. And it sets up something later on, so...
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I'm assuming.
And before I forget, that scene of like, this Knuckles funeral, he's just lying there dead, the lady kid just talking about him, and then she just calls him a proud man child. Damn.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, she was droning on, and I was like, ay, this is so bad. I don't like this. I forgot how much I don't like I remember even as a kid, I was like reading these, and I was like, I don't really care about this weird pseudo-religion. But you're right, that man-child one is a proud man-child. It's like hyphenated too. What did he mean by that? Or what did she mean by that? Can't believe they're dunking on a dead man like that. That's fucked up.
She just didn't like him.
The Chows being like the angels is very funny to me, though. I do think that that's fun.
I kind of got lost in thought for a second, because I was trying to remember that. Like, I feel like Ken Penders was like a Star Trek fan, and the type that's like, because I like Star Trek, Star Wars is cruddy. But I'm like, man, you really did just do like Force Ghost for a kid this year, huh?
Yeah, I mean, everything about this is just Force. It's killing me.
Interesting. Well, not interesting, actually. That word. A weird choice.
There you go. I appreciate the correction.
Oops, accidentally used the word interesting about a Pender story. Retract.
Oh no, the new Penders Defenders is here.
And I don't even know how to feel about the weird, like, the heralds that are just Chow taking Knuckles to the afterlife or whatever. It's a funny sight, I guess.
I'm glad that it's the Chows and not some weird new angel amalgamation creation of Penders. I like this could have went 100 different ways, but I'm glad it's weird red Chow.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
It could have been more Echidna, so
it could have been a new Echidna. It's true.
Also, it was a bit of a dick move on Sonic's part to just volunteer Mina to sing on a stage in front of everybody, but at least it worked out in the end.
Yeah.
Well, hey, get out there, stupid.
It's okay. It ended up being a net positive. She finally got her niche. At least they did something with the character. It is a funny way that they set her up to do that. I feel like there was a better way for them to write this, but I guess they kind of wanted to just skip ahead to this. But I mean, it gives her like some kind of place in the world, I guess, which was nice than just I like Sonic. Essentially she's kind of been the Amy character. I think a big question people were asking back then on the forums is like, why wasn't it Amy? And I think the reason maybe because like I have no like basis to say this except for like maybe it's because people perceived Amy to be too young or something. I don't even know how old
that's
Mina
my one
is.
guess. Because, yeah, it is kind of a weird thing to look at this and be like, man, this could have just been Amy, like, plot-wise. And then, because it's not, like, Amy's in the comic, just kind of in the background, not doing anything.
Yeah. She does definitely pick up later on, you guys will see. So we're starting to shift into that part where Amy actually becomes more of a character.
Although also when they started, like, they hinted at this, and then now they have... She's singing now. Like, I did have that moment of point at the screen like, oh, that's the thing. I know about this from later. Oh.
Yeah, they've been setting it up. I mean, if you notice that there's been a lot of moments where she's like singing or you like see song notes coming off of her, even in prior issues, even in this, I mean, prior in this issue too, in the beginning when she was getting ready for dressing up to go see Sonic, right. She was also singing. So. It's nice. Chekhov's music notes. Anybody got any last minute anything else to say about this? Otherwise, we can move on to 122.
I'm good.
It's
all good.
Yeah.
122. Sally is sad because she sees Sonic and Mina having such a good time together. The Fang gang suddenly attacks. They get away with Sally, and Sonic manages to catch one of the guys for interrogation. Do they have a name? Or
I don't know. I like Fang Gang. I think they do, but Fang Gang is better.
King Acorn brings some guards to beat the shit out of this man and get Sally's location. Knuckles meets Aurora, the goddess who got name dropped here and there. Now we get to see her. Have we seen her before? I don't know. Do I even care? I don't care. Aurora. She explains
Aurora Borealis.
At this time of year, she explains that she gave Locke visions about the bad future, which prompts Locke to microwave his child. Knuckles' egg is blasted with Chaos Emerald energy, which causes his body and mind to develop much faster than usual during his childhood. And then after a lot of fighting, Knuckles' parents divorce and Locke gets to raise Knuckles. And then Vector talks to Julie Sue about the time he met Knuckles. They punch each other, and then the bird greased Knuckles after shitting on Vector. The end.
I'm going to microwave my child. Aurora told me to do it. That was way better than what I wrote as a joke in here, which was just, I'm going to nuke my baby.
What do the instructions say?
Heat him up on high, 5 minutes.
Don't forget the damp paper towel.
Yeah, that's right. Also, this Nack squad be looking like the cast of the next Ty the Tasmanian Tiger game.
Green Eggs and Knuckles.
Yeah. Also, great. I mean, fantastic. We get a main issue written by Axer, J. Axer. It's awesome.
Oh,
The Jaxer.
John, yeah.
The Jaxer. Yeah. Drawn. Sorry. Did I say written? I meant drawn. I like this little bit about Sonic's dad being a good guitar guy. I feel like this was mentioned before, but I like that they continue on. And the reason you don't see him playing is because he's robot, and robot can't do good on the guitar. It's kind of sad, actually. I was very like, I don't know. It's like, man, every time I think about Sonic's dad, I get a little sad. Every time I read something about him, I'm like, man, this guy, he's had a rough, but man, is he a positive beacon in Sonic's life?
Yeah.
I really welcome these like one-liner gags being done in these last set of issues. Like, I feel like in the last 10 issues, there's been a lot of background characters or like whatever that have like really funny, like just kind of gag lines. Like the soldier who was supposed to go and be Sally's royal escort, and he's like, I won't be needing this one. What is it, my cologne? Is he thinking? It's just ham, and I love it. I'm here for it. I want to yum. There's another thing I want to mention. Without throwing too much shade on the newer comics and like sort of like the like IDW and like the I guess Sonic in general, like the direction they went with new generic NPC characters or whatever, I really love how funky the background characters look in these. Specifically, like some of the artists do really well. Jay Axer is one of them. I think Steven Butler does pretty good too, but like just background characters in general, like in the crowd of like the Mina's concert and stuff, like all the characters with the cool, like, I don't know, the weird hairstyles of the time and like the fun like accessories, like a hairband or like even just a hat or something, glasses. Like I'm like, this is nice. I like this. They all look kind of fresh. I feel like it I don't know, the weird make your own Sonic and Forces kind of started like a trend of like, I don't like think they're bad, but it's kind of like these are kind of nothing. So it's like I kind of wish we get some of this freshness to the characters, the weird funkiness. I don't have a screenshot. I didn't take a screenshot, but like it's the
make your own Sonic sounds really bad. I don't know why.
I mean, that's essentially what it was, right? In Forces, just make your own Sonic.
Yeah.
Why would you do that when you can play as Joker Persona 5?
That's what I've been saying that since the game came out. Speaking of Joker Persona 5, one of the Nack guys just has a gun, a 9mm that he just No, it's not a 9mm. I don't know what that. Those bullet calibers don't look right, but like, this man's just blasting, dude. They let that happen? Oh, he's got a real ass gun. Hell yeah, I'm in. I'm here for it. That means Shadow's gotta get one too, ASAP.
The Sonic 3 movie wishes it went this hard.
Real. This okay? You mentioned it in the summary, but I think this page goes real hard. Just the king was squeaking in with his wheelchair, telling the squad to leave, and then bringing in these muscle-bound bear guys to beat the shit out of the prisoner.
The Pillar Men.
You know the gif of, you know the Tom and Jerry gif of Tom talks to some cats. He points to something, they're like walking in ready to fuck something up. That's this. I thought that was a good page. Look how buff they are.
Yeah.
I also really like the comic page. I should have taken more screenshots of this one. I don't know why I didn't, but like the page where Bunny talks to Sally about everything, really, like the relationship stuff. It was really good, and it was written well, in my opinion. I don't know. I like that they acknowledge it instead of just letting it stew around. At least some characters acknowledge it.
I mean, it was probably one of the better written things related to this love stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so tired of love, though.
Oh, it was kind of funny that, like, on the website I used to read scans, it's like it was missing that page, so I had to go back and find it. And it was just kind of funny, because... like without that page, it was just like, "Hey Sally, where you going?" Advertisement, and then then that gang just runs him over.
Yeah, it's okay. So funny enough, in the pages that I had, which are downloaded scans from an archive, they also were missing those pages. And as far as I'm aware, the one that I'm using isn't always aligned with the one that you guys are using. But I guess this issue was, because I was also missing those pages, and I was like, oh crap, I never knew this page existed. So this was my first time reading that ever.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, this is really good. Like, this is really weird. Like, I always thought, like, the whole next bit with Sonic and Sally was really abrupt, and also it was kind of abrupt getting, like, Bunny catches up with Sally, and then they just run over her.
Whoever scanned and uploaded these thought that the honeycomb advertisement was more important to the storyline.
I didn't even get that in my scan though. What the heck? This vector image, I feel like this is a reaction image that should have somehow become a thing, but it didn't. It just looks so perfect. Why does he look like a Yoshi?
Don't matter who you are, cuz not everyone can floss with me.
So this is this absolutely vile piece of art from the end of the comic.
I appreciate them including Shadow as well.
Craig Strout from Hanover. Please, were you the one that drew the muscle bound Chow praying to God? Because that's all I'm thinking when I'm looking at these guys.
Watch it be revealed in some big artist.
This is a person that really likes Sonic and Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And I respect it, I'm just saying. I think it shows.
You were mentioning if Aurora appeared before. I think she appeared one time.
Or at least mentioned.
I said she was like mentioned, not. Oh yeah, I think I did ask actually.
Yeah.
No, she was mentioned. Because I didn't remember
she.
I thought this was her grand appearance.
I like the Vector and Knuckles story. Oh, I forgot to mention this previously, but did you guys notice that Dawn has been drawing the flashbacks for the Knuckles stories like they were back then with the weird muscly proportioned like Knuckles and stuff? Because it's like not like her current art, but then she's drawing him in like a little weird little muscle man guy, muscle baby. Just like I think Penders drew, or I don't remember who the artist was back then that drew the weird muscle baby Knuckles characters. But yeah, I think it's fun. I like it's a cute touch.
Yeah.
I also kind of liked the story in general, so I guess here's my Penders. It was an interesting little like Vector and Knuckles meeting, and just kind of the mention that there was actually not really many people on the island, or if at all, before, and everybody that kind of is up there now that isn't an echidna is from basically like a refugee from below because of Robotnik's invasion.
It doesn't entirely work, but it's something.
I liked it.
I just remembered that like I don't have a link to it, but I saw a Don Best post about the so there's a part in this last story where there's a gag where the bird shits on Vector. And so apparently she proposed like it would cut to the bird with like an ice cream cone, which I feel like would have been a pretty good gag, but I guess that was rejected. It was like, nope, that bird pooped on him.
We're pooping on Vector.
What the heck? Why do they do that? I was like, I was exclusively not mentioning the bird pooping on the head because I was like, this is terrible. Why would they do this? The ice cream was much better.
Yeah.
I never knew about that. That's crazy.
Darn.
Any other thoughts on this one?
Also, I thought the line of wait, hold on, let me double check real quick. Actually, I'll just ask. This was Julie Sue, right? Where it's like, and not once did I ever imagine he liked to read.
Wait. Yeah, that was really
okay,
funny.
yeah, it's like, damn, another Knuckles
really
bird.
Everybody hates Knuckles. What the fuck? Everybody's just talking shit on Knuckles while they're dead.
But yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Bob, any other thoughts on this one?
Not really.
All right, I guess we can move on to 123. Or 124.
Wait,
or,
no,
wait,
it's
no, 123. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, that one. Sonic arrives at the busted-up mansion where Fang and his squad are hiding out. Mina ended up following Sonic to be near him. Sally lies about joining the squad, meanwhile, and tricks Fang into getting close, knocking him out and catching his revolver. The other two guys have her at gunpoint, but I guess are too intimidated to shoot. Somehow she finds a gap to get away, but the guys catch up and fire warning shots anyways. Sonic arrives and confiscates their guns before they can fire again. Sonic and Sally kiss because they're lovers. Mina's obliterated.
Why did you deliver it like that? Sonic and Sally kiss because they're lovers.
Okay.
Okay.
Mina is obliterated, but when she comes to her senses, she notices Fang woke up and has a clear shot at Sally. She notices too late to stop him from firing. Instead, she's able to speed in front of the bullet to take the hit. And that's it for Mina, I guess. Meanwhile, Knuckles relives life experiences as a ghost. It's all recap, and we have nothing to discuss here. And then the Robians and Nahol have mysteriously de-roboticized except for Sonic's dad. And there's no technology that is able to bring him back. Sonic assumes this is Eggman's doing, who denies this because why would he do this? And that's kind of all we get for that.
Yeah, that was another retelling of a previous story. This issue actually made me think about something. When I was younger and I was reading these, I was confused why they had these stories listed out. I thought maybe maybe enough time passed that they wanted to put them in again, and I was like, it's kind of weird, right? This isn't normal. I'm reading comic books now, like other than Sonic, and I've come to realize that that's actually a pretty normal practice that like main issue numbered comics will just reprint stories from previous issues, even if they're like 20, 30 issues back or like even 10. So yeah, that answered my question from when I was younger on why they did that, and it's just because comic books, I guess.
Oh, this is like more of a recap instead of a straight up reprinting, right? But
yeah, I guess, but it's like it was also like, why would you waste two stories on this? But
I mean, that's an excellent question. I want to know.
Yeah. So I've seen that image of like Sally holding the revolver for decades, and I'm happy to finally see where this comes from.
It's a pretty great, like, this issue rules. I really like that story. I'm a big fan of this story.
What is it with giving Sonic characters guns where they become even cooler?
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, it was pretty cool.
I love this Nomura looking ass weasel with his Final Fantasy garb. He looks like the 13th member of your party in Final Fantasy X. Or Final Fantasy 13.
You know, we've gone pretty far. I haven't seen any Transformers references.
I know, we've got a couple issues. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
This exchange killed me.
I know you do. I don't.
I love you, Sonic. I know.
All right, Han, calm down.
What a guy thing to do, man.
It's literally just Han Solo.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Huh. I didn't know. I didn't realize, I guess.
I mean, it's very much a Sonic thing, he would say, but that whole exchange is just Han and Leia.
Man, they even do the Han and Leia kiss like in the next issue, I think.
Yep.
Damn, Mina gets shot because Sonic loves Sally is always, it's just the most plot thing of all time, and it kind of lives rent free in my head. I just think going from her expectations being shattered off screen and then getting shot is like pretty crazy style.
I did want to ask if I missed something, because this happens, and then because the next issue there's a lot going on, and I feel like that wasn't really addressed. Like we see her take the bullet, and then it's like other things are happening. You're like, what about Mina?
She died.
She died. There was a. She's in the hospital. Doc Quack's a miracle worker. Trust.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. She's dead.
And then there's Mina. She's dead. No, she was in the hospital. Like the next page is her in the hospital. She's good. It's okay. The bullet grazed her, probably.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, also, a little bit of a moment of kind of important lore here.
Wait, what do you? Wait. Did you say it was the next page? Because that's not.
Yes, she gets shot. Sonic lays down on the ground, says no, and then it's the hospital.
Oh, maybe this is another one of those things where the scan missed a page.
Oh no! Oh my god!
That's a really funny one to leave out. I'm like,
oh, okay. You guys would. Mina died, but she got better.
Oops.
Here's the page for you guys. Actually, it's actually a good thing you said that because I was about to make a kind of an ass of myself.
I thought I fucked up and like skipped over a page myself, but no, this was straight up not there.
Damn, that's the risks of the risks. But yeah, no, she lived. She's okay. So if you see there, it says in memory of Nirvana Ifil, Carl Bowlers' grandmother passed away right before this was published, and she was also the namesake for Mina, her Minerva. So he put this and dedicated it to her, this story. So yeah, it was actually a very interesting thing to learn that he based Mina's name on his grandmother, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. I'm okay with these retellings, the restory, the reprintings, whatever you want to call them, the recaps. They're fun. I don't know why they specifically talked about the everybody going from Aerobian to Nack, because I feel like that was only like 10 issues ago. It happened pretty recently. But I think it is just, like I said earlier, just an effort to kind of reconsolidate everything and just be like, these are important things to know about going forward, I guess. Anybody else got anything, any burning points to put about this issue? Any other thoughts?
I guess I like it a little better knowing how the Mina thing actually ends.
I'm glad we found this out.
That was a little weird at first.
I like the story. I like the kidnapping plot. I like it a lot. It's fun. I like the action in it. I like Sally actually being a character is really nice, where she's like outsmarting them by pretending to be like, like, oh yeah, totally, let's do it. Let's work together to get more money out of my dad or whatever, and then just like beating the shit out of Nack. Nack is, I want to be clear. Nack is out of the comic for the rest of this. He gets 2 pages and he's knocked out cold by Sally, which is
by a kick to the nuts.
Yeah. And then Sonic gets to face off against Final Fantasy, the weasels, I guess.
I guess I was curious to ask how people felt about the story element of like, oh, everyone's back to normal, de-roboticized now, except for Sonic's dad, obviously.
A little weird.
As this was very sudden.
No, this happened, didn't it? It's a recap of it.
What?
The de-roboticization thing happened before.
No, it didn't.
No. There's some sort of misunderstanding here.
I think you get some wires crossed.
Wait, are you serious?
This isn't this is like new development. It's like,
yeah.
Everybody's just de-roboticized, except for Sonic's dad.
Dang. Okay, well, I guess I don't know what I'm remembering, but
stop spoiling stuff, MegaFire.
I don't know. I forgot.
How dare you reveal that this gets recapped 50 issues from now?
Wait, I swear I thought this happened before.
No.
Am I going crazy? Okay, Mel. Okay, all right.
Welcome to It All Goes Back to Mental Illness.
Sonic's driving me crazy. I hate that hedgehog.
We're losing it. We're losing the plot. We're losing ourselves.
I did lose the plot. Holy crap.
I'm eating dinner while we're podcasting.
Well, okay, my bad. I like it, but I don't have many thoughts about it. I'm okay with it because they're trying to get to a different status quo. I feel like they're kind of rushing things, but they're trying to just kind of tie stuff off because of the inevitable change in the staff coming up.
Don't worry, MegaFire. I still believe in you.
Thanks. I don't
believe in yourself. Believe in me. Believing in you.
I don't know why I thought this happened already. Let's just go on to 124 if you guys have nothing else to say.
I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Damn, what the heck? I'm like searching my brain, like why did I think this was already told?
I don't blame you.
Yeah. I hate to say it, we have a time limit now, apparently.
Oh yeah, go 124.
Shadow wakes up in the depths of space, finding one space vessel approaching him and another one leaving. It turns out a group of aliens found him and gave him a super shadow power-up so that he could battle the other ship. He is shot down and sent falling to Earth once again. And as the evil ship makes its way to Earth, Dr. Eggman contacts the president of Station Square trying to force an alliance. When the president says no, Eggman makes the president's limo go haywire. Rouge saves the president from certain death, but they observe the Sky Dome getting blown up. Meanwhile, in Nahal, Sonic and Sally decide to get married. Shadow falls nearby, tensions rise, but they quickly subdue as everyone is needed back at Castle Acorn. It turns out that Eggman sent a distress signal because of the alien ship that's attacking everybody. These aliens, called the Xorda, sent everybody a signal revealing themselves via telepathy. They are mad because one of their kind was killed and dissected on planet Earth a long time ago. But we're on planet Mobius, so to find a way to prove the aliens that they're on the wrong planet, King Acorn contacts Locke and some other echidna. This is how the gang finds out that Knuckles has passed, but before they can grieve about that, they need to do something about the aliens. An Overlander in the room explains that the reason they're dealing with all this just now is because some Overlander ships were attacked by these aliens who tracked the Overlanders as they made their escape. Everything being said, Sal revealed that Mobius and Earth are actually the same planet. Knuckles wants to live his life, meanwhile, but no, he has to become one with the Chaos Force. But hey, at least he doesn't have to be green anymore. But after Knuckles steps through the portal, Aether shows up and asks why she didn't tell Knuckles that worthy people actually have two lives. Aurora explains Aether was a lost soul without Walker's guidance. Therefore, she had to withhold this information from Knuckles and guide him to the Chaos Force. She's actually awful. That's all for 124, but 125 is like a lot of the same. If you want to knock all of that out.
Yeah, let's do it. It's two parters, so let's do it.
All right, might speed this up. Rotor makes
take your time. Take your time. Do it as you had it.
Yeah, I'm saying if I do it this way, it might speed us up. Mm-hmm. So, Rotor makes a helmet to allow King Acorn to communicate with the aliens, though Sally puts it on instead. She explains the humans are no longer the dominant species of the planet. However, Xorda's data on her species has acceptable parameters of human DNA to be considered human, so they're going to blow up the planet anyway. So that didn't work. Eggman unveils his newest creation, Optimus Prime, to fight the robots. Sonic is set to pilot the robot to victory, but only after King Acorn uses this situation to force Eggman to give him authority over half the planet. Good job. Knuckles, with all his power, senses something is going on, exits the Chaos Force and wants to come back to life. So Sonic pilots Eggman's Optimus Prime to drive away the aliens. However, Eggman has tricked Sonic into sitting inside this robot, trapping him to use him as a battery for the bot and take over the world. But that subdues quickly because the Xorda aren't finished yet. They send a device to Earth that starts opening a black hole to suck up the planet. Knuckles, meanwhile, finds out he has a second life, thanks Aurora, and gives up godhood to save his friends. Characters from across the whole comic series arrives in hopes of stopping the black hole machine, and as we all know it, nothing works until Knuckles arrives. But with his new life, after using his powers to save the day, he can't use them again, so he's done being Green Knuckles now, forever, I guess. The quantum wave protecting the doll is now gone, but Sonic still has to stop the doll by running counterclockwise at high speeds to break the gear mechanisms. Sonic does this thing and an explosion occurs. He is gone and presumed dead. However, he has reappeared on some space rock almost a million light years away from the planet, and that's how this ends.
Yeah. So, Sonic Adventure 2.0... by the way, this story is called Sonic Adventure 2.0 Alpha.
Was it not 2.5? Am I misremembering?
Did I say 2.0? I meant 2.5.
Okay.
2.5 Alpha. Sorry, my bad. Knuckles is... sorry, not Knuckles. Wow. Shadow is rescued by the BEM aliens that we've seen before as well, so... They did do something here that's kind of interesting, is they basically took Sonic Adventure 2's ending and, like... simplified everything that happens to Knuckles or Shadow later on in the games, which is nice, I think. Mainly why I was very confused when I was like going through these comics. I'm like, wait, so is that real the Shadow Hedgehog in Sonic Heroes or not? It was very confusing back then, reading through these comics and playing the games.
It's like a funny example, or a rare example of like, oh, this is a lot simpler than the comics. The games made this a lot more confusing.
Yeah. I dig it. I'm a fan. Also, this was really funny to me just because I know there's no way they probably knew that this was saved from doom.
I mean,
what are you doing with my boy? Bring him back.
It's also just funny that it's like they decided to do this alien threat that's just a bunch of tentacles with a single eyeball, and I'm like, man, just accidentally calling some things.
Did they call it, or did somebody at Sega see this and was like, you know what, they're cooking with this one?
They did not know. There's no way.
They're cooking with it. No, they did not know, but Sega copied them. There's no other option.
Refuse to believe.
Shadow, it's me. Go ahead. We are committing a class action lawsuit. I can't do Black Doom. I'm sorry.
Oh, if only we could summon paper out.
Oh man,
MegaFire, I need you to summon your Black Doom.
I've committed a clash. Shadow, we must commit a class action lawsuit. We must sue Archie Sonic Comics.
Okay,
I can't do it
really
anymore.
good.
Sorry.
That's really good. Oh, look, you scared someone away. There they go. They thought Black Doom
Did you
was
hear
here.
that car?
They thought Black Doom was here.
I think you were right about the Leia and Han thing, because isn't this the exact like pose too?
No, that's the World War II kiss.
Oh well, dang. All right, my bad. Corbin died. Rip Corbin.
Bye. Who?
The president's car driver.
Oh,
who Rouge left to die because he forgot about him.
I'm sure he got
like,
out. He's fine.
I do like the build-up of the alien invasion, though. I'm a fan. It's like really cool where it's like, you know, you get the bit of Station Square, you get the Robotnik bits, you get the Locke and Max communicating to each other. I like this. I like this story. I'm a fan. It's really interesting how Shadow kind of goes into the sidelines after the first half, or I guess this first bit of the comic. But I'm enjoying it. Let me just say, Rouge is really. I don't think Butler has drawn Rouge yet, but like it. Dang, it's like it fits a glove. You know what I mean? Like his art style is really complimenting Rouge.
Yeah. It's a better alien invasion than the actual alien invasion we got in the Sonic games, I think. The way they try to like take out Mobius is a much more original plan than I am going to fart from the Black Comet.
I'm gonna fart from the Black. Shut up.
It's what he does.
I'm going to turn your planet into a black hole instead. Oh, remember this. There's lore. Four bits. It happened 3 millennia ago. There was a gene bombing, and it was Earth before. And then the fourth important bit is that Shadow has now met Hope and thinks that she looks like Maria. This is going to be important later.
Maria now also looks like Hope again.
I do really like how that was just a happy accident where they just happened to create a character that looks a lot like Maria, and then there's just a lot of great story potential there, and it's like a happy accident. I don't know.
Once again, the Sonic team is copying initiate the class action lawsuit.
Meanwhile, in Japan, Yuji Naka back in the day is sweating. Is like, do they know? Do they know?
Oh yeah. On the cover of 125, there's a big old circle that just says, "Message from Yuji Naka, creator of Sonic." I'm like, Yuji Naka, famous tax crook, weird guy.
You go to the back, and all the message says is, "We didn't steal anything from Archie. We swear."
It's been reprinted. The only comic that was reprinted. There was one more really funny thing that I thought happened in this, where it's like, they're like, "Why are the Xorda attacking? I'm gonna go find out," Sally says, leaves the room for 5 minutes. "All right, I found out." I'm like, damn, Sally unleashing that powerful Google foo.
I like how the mental device is just Professor Xavier's, like, cerebral helmet.
It's Cerebro! Yes!
Oh, shit, I didn't notice.
I was so happy. I'm like, oh my god, it's the X-Men thing. I love X-Men.
I would like to point out how intentional this had to be, you know, with King Charles being the one to wear it. He's in a wheelchair and everything.
Oh, King Max, you mean? Maximilian?
Yes.
Yeah, it's all really fitting.
No, Uncle Chuck got promoted off screen.
Yes, King Charles the Hedgehog. This is a huge, 125 is pretty big because they got a bunch of different pencilers and inkers on this. The last time we had something this big was, I think, one of the Sonic Super Specials. I forget which one, I'm sorry. And issue 50. I didn't write down which super special it was, and that was my fault. But issue 50 was the last time we had, this big collab of artists and inkers and colorists.
Yeah.
And we're starting off with Dave Manick, actually, who did this.
Did you mention earlier that a bunch of staff was going to change? Is that why they're doing this, making this big thing with the aliens and just using a bunch of different inkers?
I don't know if that's explicitly the reason why, but it could be.
I thought they were just trying to do, a big, I mean, I guess it's weird because it's not like an issue 50, it's not 100, it's 125, but I just thought they were trying to do, a big landmark issue or something. I don't know.
It is. It's a big landmark issue, and I think this is where they're like I said, they're changing the status quo of the world, of the story. Because in this one, you get all of the, I have so many screenshots, but, you get the characters back from, previous stories. They're acknowledging everyone, basically, in some way, shape, or form that was created. They're not just throwaway characters anymore, but they're like, this is the world, this is now... It's going to now become a cohesive universe, I guess, is the way that they're saying this. Maybe that... Yeah, I think Dorko's more on the line where it's this is just a big hurrah for 125.
Also, before I lose the chance, I really wanted to highlight this panel because I thought it was really funny. Because the moment where everybody gets told Knuckles is dead, you have the reaction panel and just Shadow awkwardly standing there because he doesn't know who Knuckles is.
How? No.
What a shame. Where's that other
He doesn't care. I love... Actually, there's quite a few really good, Here, I'll just add on here a really good Shadow panel. This one right here. He's just a little guy.
I noticed that he's just a little guy.
There he is. It's classic Shadow.
There he is, little guy Shadow, my bravest little boy. And also, here's the Transformer you were talking about. Optimus Prime.
God dang it. It's just the same robot.
That does look pretty Transformers coded.
Yeah.
Guys, Don Best's drawing of Aurora is doing things to me. I've seen God, and goodness, she's a woman.
That cartoon hedgehog make me feel things.
Objection, it's not a hedgehog. It's
sorry. I meant to say echidna, but hedgehog came out.
Uh-oh, a Freudian slip from you.
Oh, no. That would never happen.
Hides my folder.
It's not like I did anything weirder earlier in the podcast. Oops.
This page was really funny. Just seeing the Xorda attacking, and then the robot blocks it, punches him one. No, we gotta retreat. It's like the freaking soy boy like, oh no. I'm like, this is really fucking funny. This is kind of comedy in itself.
It's really funny that this end-all be-all alien race is fended off by a single punch, and they're like, "Oh, time to go!" Oh no! Oh no! They can fight back! Ah!
Oh no! They can fight! They can sing! Mina comes. The turns into a musical. This is iconic. This page is iconic. Even though the artist, the art is just so, I don't know, everything about it is really nostalgic. I feel like you see this page frequently floating around in like forums and discussions of the comic, but I just like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of throwaway quote unquote characters that are just back here now. Also, the exchange between Tails and just being like, "Holy cow, Commander Brass!" Just, I don't know why, it just knocked me out. I was like, "This is really funny," and also Big the Cat being on the front lines.
Yeah, I do love the Big as part of the charge.
Can we talk about Amy swapping out her silly hammer for like an actual sledgehammer?
Oh
yeah, she's got a wrong hammer here.
She's one of the.
This is serious, guys. Unloads her hammer.
Maybe the right hammer for the job.
It's quite literally, everyone is here.
Insert the Avengers theme here.
No. The Smash Brothers theme.
The camera pans over there. There's Doctor Strange over there. We need more.
It's been a while since I've done a Antoine fan cam screenshot, and here is another good, really tiny Antoine that I really like.
That'd be a really funny video to make. Just make an actual Antoine fan cam.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should do that at some point. I have collected a lot of screenshots. Also, Knuckles is back, which is, but he's nerfed.
I'm here
very explicitly.
It felt like the writers basically went, "Stop, Ken."
Well, yeah, no joke.
Kind of is what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
What's next for Knuckles anyway?
Oh boy!
He finally reached like the end game of his approaching godhood, threw it away, and he's just back to being Knuckles. I wonder what's their fucking. I wonder what they're cooking for that.
So
now.
maybe I could go ahead and quote the thanks Ken Pender's blog on this one, where because issue 125 lacks a writing credit from Penders, I was curious about whether or not it followed his plans for Knuckles. Did a little research, i.e. searched his Twitter, and found something interesting. Penders did not want Knuckles' chaos power, or did not want to take away Knuckles' chaos powers. He was told to do so by his bosses, resetting Knuckles to the character we were first introduced to. Penders refused, and in his words was removed from the issue, and then refused to contribute to the series for a couple more issues.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't wanna.
Thank goodness. Yep, it's the beginning.
I like God Knuckles.
Knuckles is green.
I need SSJ God Knuckles.
I heard you. Panel, so. By the way, Bob, I get your reference.
I wasn't referencing anything. I was thinking of something, but maybe you thought it.
I thought you were referencing an old YouTube video. I want to be green.
Oh no.
Ken Penders.
No, I was thinking about fucking Rescue Prey going, saves the scale of wind weirds. That bit from a Metroid Prime Let's Play.
That's good too. Just Ken Penders in the corner just going, green, green, green. And then Mr. Yuji Naka stepped in and said, no.
Right now it's in the current comics run, Sonic X just came out too, so that's something to keep in mind, I guess. Sonic X just started around now.
Oh.
I love Sonic the X.
I love this image of, I think I'm going to save this in my reaction image folder, because this image of Uncle Chuck, it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Yeah, really I like the Sonic funeral spread where the president is there too. I don't know, it's really good.
Well, now that explains why he has his photo on the desk.
Yeah, there we go. Oh my god. It's all coming together. So yeah, I mean that's this section of comics. Like,
wait a minute.
Thought.
I just know Ray the Squirrel is there.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah.
That's like his first appearance in how long?
I don't know.
And he's just giving Shadow the side eye? I don't know who this guy is, but he keeps following me.
Mighty and Shadow are best friends, actually.
They're more
That's
than
my
that.
new head. Oh no, that's why they're looking at each other like that.
I'm sorry, Ray. I'm still here for you, baby.
Dude, I think the person who looks the most busted up about this, well, it's kind of tied. It's between Amy, the president, Dulcie, and Rotor. All three of them look real crushed, or all four of them look real crushed in this image.
Sonic's closest friends.
Sonic's closest friends: Rotor, Amy, the president of Station Square, and Dulcie.
Oh, jeez.
Tails is taking it like a champ.
So, if you read this the first time when it first came out, is there an inkling of a chance you thought that actually killed off Sonic?
I don't know. Unfortunately I didn't get to read this for the first time. I already it was.
You never read it?
I never read it. No. I was 150. I think was when I around the time that I 150 or 160 was out by the time I got to this one.
I was going to say, like, the way you worded it, it's like, I've never read it. Not going to.
I've never read it. Nope. I refuse. I don't believe it.
Just kind of guessing. I'm doing pretty good, I think.
I've been pretending the whole time to know what I'm talking about.
Damn, you're powerful. Yeah, cool.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I doubt it. If people saw issue 126 with the name Sonic the Hedgehog in the bookstore or comic book store, I'm sure that it was like
Sonic the Hedgehog 126 featuring no Sonic the Hedgehog. It's just the entire cover is just Knuckles with just Knuckles story inside.
Knuckles story inside, but it's like the bubble is just skewed, expanded over the whole page.
It's the whole page, and Knuckles is just in the corner, really content with himself.
This is also the last time we're gonna have the Sonic magazine covers. Starting in the next issues, it's going back to a different style. So C'est la vie, a fantastic magazine cover style. I really loved you because now they're doing a similar one for X-Men with the Hellfire Gala, and I love those too. I think I'm just a big fan of magazine cover looks. I don't know, they're great.
These are some good magazine covers.
It's an amazing transformation you've had over the course of the podcast so far.
I know.
I like the cover.
Sorry, go ahead.
I like the cover you saw with Shadow on it.
Yes.
It was like, that was a bit weird because I was like, oh, he's back, but it wasn't really about him. It was just he gets to show up so he can help fight the aliens.
When we started this podcast, I think I might have been the most into comics. Now you guys have surpassed me.
Yeah, it's
not
true.
Really though. I just like the covers.
You guys, all right, you've surpassed Bob and myself then.
Yeah,
I just like the pretty art.
I've started reading some comics here and there, aside from Sonic.
Too damn busy.
I've been
That's
deep into
crazy.
reading Sonic comics specifically for years, but
But now you can.
I remember starting this podcast and I explicitly said I don't really read comic books except for Sonic. That's all I've ever read, and now here I am. Wow,
biggest X-Men stan.
real. I love them.
I'm trailing behind.
If I did get into comics, I guess I'd try X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men's pretty good.
It's a nightmare to get through, but I'll help you. I'm trying to create a list right now.
Yeah. I think that's everything on this, huh?
Yeah, that's everything. I really liked it. I think these are great. I'm glad you guys seem to have enjoyed it too.
Yeah,
any
good.
final thoughts overall?
I thought this was okay, actually. I always never have good stuff to say about Knuckles, and I still don't, but I thought this one was at least funny. Because Aurora loses bad, and Knuckles loses his powers, blah, blah, blah. But overall, it's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
I do have
I just hope they... You first.
I do have a nitpick where it's cool that they draw the characters and everyone is here, but I feel like story wise you don't really feel it. It's more you just have these nice crowd shots, but you don't really get much enjoyment out of seeing them do anything. But I mean, other than that, I feel like this was a really fun 2-parter, and I really liked it overall.
I do have one complaint, and that's that they got Shadow's chest hair color wrong. I hope someone got fired for that.
I made a joke in my notes about that, about him being pissed on when he was flying through space, but I didn't mention it. But yeah, it's really yellow.
Someone pissed on me, and now I'm pissed. Chaos?
Shadow pissed on the moon.
Chaos? Piss!
Chaos Spear.
Yeah, I always do feel like that when I read like comics and stuff, or like graphic novels where there's like these big character spreads like this, and I'm like, well, I can't expect there to be like, unless they do like 5 issues to set this up where each little team of people get a bit before it happens. I get your complaint though. I feel you, but I don't know what I would have done differently other than maybe do a separate story for everybody on screen to set this, or like groups of people to set it up for them to be all together and stuff.
That is a rough thing to do in comics, or the huge group shots. So.
I guess they could have like done a thing where at least a couple of these guys get to confront one of the aliens directly or something like that. But it's like, also it's like, how do you pick? Too many to pick. I don't know.
I want the president to do something very important in the battle.
It was fine to at least they like got the group shot. At least it was good for this.
Oh yeah, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Also, Darko, you mentioned something. I think before about like how you were surprised that you were so into the second half story. I think what like.
Well, I feel like it was a lot of this final 2-parter. It felt like it kind of felt like, oh shit, things are actually happening.
Yeah,
like it was actually like making use of so many characters and locations, and like, and I guess it's partially because it was a big story, but like there was so much going on where it's like it reintroduced Shadow, and then there was some stuff with the president and Eggman threatening him, and then like
it happened pretty fast, I guess.
And then the echidnas that are usually on the road actually got involved. And everything felt more connected than usual, and yeah, it really did feel like there was a lot happening, like way more than usual. Which I guess is partially because we've been going through a lot of laid back, like slice of life issues, and then now we just got like so much action and plot. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of the slice of life. I really like this. I know this.
I don't want to necessarily knock against slice of life, but I don't know.
No. I get what you mean. Yeah, and that wasn't my intention. I was just trying to build up to the fact that like this area of Sonic is considered like the quote unquote dark age of the comics, and I'm like, damn, I don't know. Like this is gonna be farther from the truth for me personally, because like. I love these. I love the vibes of the slice of life stuff. I love the little action stories here and there. And then I love this. Like this 124-25 was real big fun. It's like it's nice to have the contrasts.
Did they mean are we leaving the dark area or are we getting into it right now?
We are technically in it, I guess.
We're right.
We've already been in it for a little bit.
That's right. I forgot. I changed my answer. I hate this comic. We should never read it again. I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Well, that's all she wrote, or I guess he wrote and she wrote and they wrote and all of them.
Yeah.
I guess I can admit a little bit like that funny graph where that was like this is the huge dip in quality, which I can mostly see, but I guess I don't 100% agree with the graph. I think there's some nice there's some nice high points in here.
Me rubbing my hands like a little fly.
Yeah. Anyways, read Turok instead.
All right, thanks everybody. Join us again next time. Goodbye.
It's just gonna make me actually read Turok one day. All right, see you later.
Bye.